We are asked to assume there is a 5% rate of disk failure in a year. If all your computer data is stored in a hard disk with the copy stored in a second hard disk, what's the probability that during a year you can avoid a catastrophe, I can get that word out, with at least one working drive? So this is an at least one problem. And at least one is always done a certain way, and we're going to do it that way. This problem actually can be done the typical way, which is just add up all the possibilities. But we're going to do it the at least one way as the ways I want you to learn this method. So what at least one means is that really at least one means that it's everything but everything fails, the zero probability. So it's 1 minus the probability of 0. In this case, the probability that both fail, that neither work. And so all we really have to do is find out what's the probability of both these disks failing. So let's open this up. So our probability is, let me write, 0.05, right? That's the probability of one of them failing. The probability of a second one failing is going to be 0.05 as well, because these are independent events. One doesn't affect the other. The probability of both failing in a year is this, 0.0025, 0.05 times 0.05. So the probability that this won't happen, the at least one, is simply 1 minus 0.0025. Oh, just pushing this into my calculator, and of course I pushed the wrong button, so 0.09975. So this is the probability that we won't have the catastrophe they're worried about. So let's put this in. And check answer, and we have the right answer. So anytime you see at least one, what they're really asking you for is 1 minus the probability of 0, of there being nothing, in this case no working drives. This isn't so bad because you're only talking about 2 disks. If you had to go through, there's actually 3 options. You could just add up the 3 and you could work that out fairly quickly. But what happens is you get to bigger numbers, you'll find that you'd have to add up, 15, 20, 200 to find the at least one. So it's always faster to go in reverse, or to find the probability of 0 and simply subtract that from 1, the entire probability. So this is the way, anytime you see at least one, you know you're going to use this kind of backwards method of that you find the probability of 0 and subtract it from 1. So that these terms right here, at least one, that's a clue word that this is the method you're going to use.